Hey friends, Ms Donzella. Thank you for stopping by and joining me in my kitchen today. Today I'm going to be making a simple smothered chicken with gravy over rice. So if you like easy, budget-friendly, delicious meals like this, subscribe to my channel and join me in my kitchen. I would love to have you in my kitchen. So friends, here I've already um, I'm using chicken thighs. I removed the skin, washed them really well, and I season them with some onion powder, some garlic powder, some Mrs. Dash, some complete seasoning. And friends, we're going to make our gravy, so I'm going to leave the oil and all the what looks like it's not burnt. This is from the frying the browning the chicken, and that's what we want to make our gravy. We'll leave the oil there. I've got some flour here. So what we're going to do, we're going to brown this flour. So I'm just going to sprinkle it in like so. And that should be enough. And I'm also going to be adding something a little different. I'm going to add some little curry powder to my gravy. It's just a little twist on our regular smothered chicken. And friends, again, all I did, I seasoned brown my chicken. I did use some paprika, just regular plain paprika, and I used some onion powder. I used some black pepper, and I used the Mrs. Dash chicken seasoning. It's a chicken grilling seasoning, and I put a little bit of this extra spicy of Mrs. Dash. And I like Mrs. Dash because Mrs. Dash gives it a lot of flavor, but no salt. So therefore, we can watch our salt. And I'm not sponsored by any of these companies. And then I use my complete seasoning. It's not too much, and this has salt in it. And then I'm going to be using a can of cream of chicken soup. If you do not want to use cream of chicken soup, you can make your own. You can. Some people make their own, or when our gravy browns, you can add a little cream to thicken up your gravy. But I'll be using some cream of chicken soup, and I also will be using a little bit of this better bouillon. It's the roasted chicken one, and I've already diluted it, and it does have a lot of salt in it. So you don't want too much salt. So now we're just gonna do this like so. Just keep on working that up. And I also have some, take that off, some onions, peppers we'll put in here. So friends, I have some diced peppers I'm gonna put in here. And then we're also gonna put some onions in here. So let's just cook all that together. And I'm cooking this on a low heat right now, and then we'll turn the heat up once we get all this cooked. Actually, I'll turn the heat up just a little bit now. And to all my friends and new subscribers, I just like to cook easy, budget-friendly meals. The price of groceries are so expensive right now, and everybody is trying to tighten up their belt. So what I do is just look in my pantry, in my freezer, refrigerator, see what's in there, and see what we can come up with. So I have to turn up my heat just a little bit. So if you like easy, budget-friendly meals, check out my channel. I love to have you in my kitchen. And there's chicken thighs. This package of chicken thighs. I got 5 nice sized thighs in here, and it cost me probably less than $5. And then cream of chicken soup, less than $2. And then I have some rice I already had in my pantry, so I did not have to buy that. And I already have my basic seasonings. So, friends, a meal, you can stretch a meal with less than $10. So, and I love cooking budget-friendly meals. I don't have a large family, so friends, if you have a large family, then you just make as much as you need. And season to taste. You have to season to taste. You layer your seasonings. You know what you like. You know what your family likes, and that's what you do. You take a recipe, and then you make it your own. So I'm just gonna brown. I just want to brown this up, tender up the peppers. And like I say, we're gonna do this a little bit different because I'm gonna put a little curry powder in my gravy when we get that going. But I need to soften up these veggies. Okay, and I'll be putting my onions in here shortly. I just want to get my peppers a little more tender. They take a little bit longer than my onions do. I'm really happy to have you in my kitchen, friends. Love to have you subscribe to my channel, and we can learn together how to save money in the kitchen and feed our families. Old school recipes used to be really delicious, and they were made with just a few simple ingredients, nothing fancy. And there'll be nothing fancy here. Okay, so I'm gonna get these softened up. And all these are just diced up some um, green pepper, red pepper. That's what I had in the refrigerator. That's what I used. I used just a yellow onion. I'm just gonna soften it up. So all I want to do is make them a little tender because I want to keep the color in my gravy. And this is a little different, just a little different twist on just the classic smothered chicken and gravy. Okay, now I'm gonna add my onions, and your onions are gonna sweat out. They have water in them, so they will also help loosen this up in the bottom here, as you can see. And we'll just keep stirring that around. And once we get all our vegetables tender, then I will put in the broth. We'll start thickening things up. And hopefully I've added enough flour so we can make sure things are thick, but we also have our cream of chicken soup that's going to go in here as well. And that'll help thicken our gravy. Just want my veggies to soften up. And I browned my chicken in just vegetable oil, but you can use the oil of your choice. Like I say, you just take a recipe that you like and make it your own. Um, and cooking is just about taking some simple ingredients and a whole lot of love in what you're making and put that together with the love and simple ingredients, and you'll come out with a delicious dish every time. It doesn't take much, friends. Not much at all. And like I say, when we have to stretch our budget nowadays, we have to just get in our pantry and see what we can put together. Our veggies are trying to soften up. And my chicken is pretty much done, so that won't take long. just put a little bit of this broth in here. And then just start getting things going here. And you see things are thickening up and browning up. I don't know if you can see that very well, friends, but did you see how that's going there? We're getting there. We're making progress. See all that at the bottom? Well, that's what's going to make your gravy. And you just keep cooking this down, and you want to, when your gravy starts thickening up, you want to lower your heat a little bit because you don't want it to cook too fast, and just gradually add your chicken broth to get things started. And at this stage, I'm going to kind of see just how much, if I need any seasoning in here, because my chicken's got seasoning in it as well, but I just want to make sure I don't have too much salt in here. I'm one of those people that have to watch my salt. I have high blood pressure. That's why I use a lot of Mrs. Dash. So, no, it definitely does not need any salt. Like I say, my chicken has seasoning on it as well. There we go, friends. Working that down like so. And what you're going to have here is a rich, more like a rich onion gravy. You're going to put that over rice. You put the amount of onions and peppers in there that you like and your family likes. I like a lot of onions. I love onions. I love peppers too. And to bring out a little more of the flavor, friends, I'm going to use this salt-free, it's by McCormick. It's a salt-free roasted garlic and bell pepper. I'm going to put a little bit of that in there because I like the flavor of this, and it also gives your food a nice little color too. Put a little bit in there. Okay, keep cooking that down, and you see how your gravy, the more you cook it, the darker it's getting. And all that at the bottom, it will lift up. I'm just really trying to get my veggies a little bit softer. You see all that at the bottom, it lifts up as you keep cooking it. You're going to add just a little bit more of the chicken broth. Actually, it's the better than bouillon that I mixed with, diluted with water. You see all that at the bottom is lifting up. And the more you cook it, the darker your gravy gets. This is what sometimes people, when you cook this like this with the flour and peppers, they call it a roux. And the more you cook it, the darker it gets. But then this is a good starter for dishes like gumbo. So this is coming along nicely, friends. I like how this is coming along. Just let it keep cooking down like so. I'm going to put some more of that in here. I'll get a little more water. There's a little bit more of the better than bouillon down here at the bottom, so I'm just going to stir that up. I'm going to make sure we get all of that. And friends, do you see how our gravy is coming along? We're doing really good here. Okay. And I do want to leave some color, a little bit of color. I don't want to cook it down too much. And like I said, friends, when we finish this dish, you're going to have more of a onion gravy. Now I'm going to add a little bit of curry powder, not much, just a little bit. There we go. And that's what's going to give this chicken dish a little twist here. And we also add a tad bit of sugar, just a tad bit. Get that curry in there. Something about the sugar that helps really bring out a nice flavor. Okay, now friends, I'm going to put in our cream of chicken soup. Into this can, I'm going to add that better than beyond I mixed up. Just put that in there like so. There we go. I'm gonna make sure I get all this out the can. There we go. Okay. And if you're like me, friends, I like delicious meals, but I like simple. I don't want to spend a lot of time, um, too much time in the kitchen, even though I love to cook, but I'm one of those people that like homemade, simple, budget friendly. Okay, friends, we're going to turn this up a little bit, get this cranked up. I'm going to whisk, and we're going to whisk this up a little bit. Break down that soup. And like I say, you don't have to use the cream of chicken soup. You can make your gravy and then just add some heavy cream. And that'll get you the same outcome as we're working here with this cream of chicken soup. You just add a little more flavor to it. As I'm going to do now, as our gravy is going to start bubbling up, add a little more garlic powder. Definitely going to add a little more onion powder. And a little bit more of the Mrs. Dash chicken seasoning. I'm going to taste this and see if I need any more of the curry powder. Get a little spoon. Yeah, a little more curry powder. Friends, this gravy is really, 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 really good. Guaranteed. Okay, got it going. I'm going to turn my heat down just a little bit right now because what I'm going to do is add my chicken. Okay, so we're going to start adding the chicken that I browned. It's turned out nice and brown on both sides. And like I said, my chicken is pretty much done because I browned it. Don't brown it fast. Just brown it on a medium heat. And when you use paprika, it gives it a nice color. And like I said, I used chicken thighs, and I removed the skin from my chicken thighs. I do not like the skin on my chicken. But if you like the skin, that's, you have to make it the way you like to make it. Okay. So we're going to put that gravy over there, just like so. Let's turn our heat down just a little bit. And I already have some rice made. That's going just fine. Friends, I'm going to cover this And let's let this simmer just a few minutes. As always the case, you get a phone call and you're busy. Let's see if we can. Here you go. Okay, friends, let's see how we're doing here. There we go. We're doing pretty good. That's cooking down. While that's cooking down, friends, I'm going to get our rice plated. As I said, our chicken was done. I had already browned it. And yeah, when you get busy, your phone rings, but that's life, friends. Like I said, this is my life. Cooking for real. Nothing fancy. All right, let's get a little rice here in this bowl. And we can turn our heat down. And this is a meal, friends, that will stretch and feed a nice sized family. And if you have